as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. So you also must forbear as the Lord bears with you. Right now, this very moment, Jesus is forbearing with you. Right? Anybody want to stand up and say, I'm perfect tonight? I haven't had a bad thought since I came in this room. I am 100% totally sold out to Jesus, and He really is excited about me, the way I am. No candidates. I don't want you to make a fool of yourself. And He's loving you. He's sustaining you. He's giving you life. He's got plans for you that exceed anything you ever dreamed. Tonight. Today. Listen to this. Christ expects things of you that exceed what you achieve infinitely far. Where you are in what you should be and where Christ calls you to be are separated by an infinite chasm. And the distance between what you want your spouse to be and where she is, by comparison, is that close. But you won't ever feel that. You won't ever stand amazed at that until the gap, the magnificence of Christ and His infinite worthiness of a life I do not live, unless you feel that. So many of the keys of marriage are in getting our hearts up into the global, great, universal, eternal realities of Christ, so that what we deal with here gets into its proper perspective. Now, what I've said so far is true whether you're married to a believer or an unbeliever. Meaning, my vertical experience of forgiveness and justification and grace should be bent out horizontally to my spouse, believer or unbeliever. Make the measure of your grace, that is, the grace you experience, make the measure of the grace you experience from God the measure of the grace that you offer to your spouse, believer or unbeliever. If you're married to a believer, it gets really interesting. Stunningly interesting. Because not only is my sin nailed to the cross, her sin is nailed to the cross. Not only has God spoken over me, you in Christ are perfect. God has spoken over her. You in Christ are perfect. Therefore, when I am drawing down the grace of justification for myself, I bend it out towards her and say, you are flawless. Do you think that's possible for a flawed spouse? If it isn't, I don't understand the Bible. It's a miracle, I admit. It doesn't lie with any natural man. To be able to count your spouse righteous, count them righteous, when you know they're not. I'm saying this only works with a believer. There are other dynamics about how you love and sacrifice and die for an unbeliever. This is unique. When you know, by profession of faith, giving her the benefit of the doubt as you ought, or him, they're in Christ, you count